Hello everybody and welcome back to Ellie's Handcrafted Jewelry. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this dainty cabochon ring. This only uses 2 segments of wire and a 4mm cabochon. And you probably could go a little smaller or a little larger. I haven't attempted it myself, but feel free to try with different gauges and such. But to start, I'll show you what we need to get started. For the base wire, we're going to use 18 gauge wire. And then for inside, we're going to use 21 gauge half round wire to hold the cabochon in. And like I said, this is a 4mm cabochon. For tools, we're going to need chain nose pliers or needle nose pliers and flesh cutters. I do have my round nose pliers on hand if I do need them. They're just sitting over here, but I haven't needed them yet. So, also for tools, we're going to need, of course, a ring mandrel. I highly recommend the stainless steel ring mandrels just because you can hammer the ring bands on them. You can use plastic though, and I haven't had to harden the wire yet. It actually seems to be pretty well stiff after working with it. And I've been working with copper. But yes, I highly recommend this. Okay, and so here's our materials. This is literally all you need to make the ring. So 4mm cabochon, 18 gauge wire, and 21 gauge half round wire. And I've just cut a 4.5 inch segment or so, maybe. Yeah, 4.5, and then of 18 gauge, and then a 3-inch segment of 21 gauge half round. So to start, I'm going to create the ring band. So I'm just going to put it on here. I guess we'll make it a size 6. Why not? So I'm just going to do it like so. Just making sure that either end is fairly equal. And then once we get it there, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to go ahead and flatten a little spot right here in the center if I can. Okay. So that's what I got to start. And from here, I'm going to take my half round wire, going to insert it there underneath the ring band, and I'm going to wrap it around at least 3 to 4 times. And like I said, it just kind of depends on the size of cabochon that you plan on using. I'm just using a 4mm. So I'm going to go ahead and do 4 times around the ring band. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to take my chain nose pliers, my flat nose. Well, flat nose, chain nose, needle nose. I guess these are technically needle nose. And then flatten that. So that's going to create a nice spot for our cabochon to sit. From here, I'm going to pull these off to the side, the 18 gauge ends, like this. And I'm going to bring my half round wire in between that one, like so. So as you can see, it's between the ring band itself and the extra wire, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just make sure it's pulled nice and tight. All right, so it should look kind of like that. Okay, from here, so it's going to work a lot like the other rings that I have done. So we're going to go around. See, I'm trying to remember which way to go now. So this is going to go over the top like this. So this is kind of how you can figure out where you're going. So it's going off to the side and off to the side like this. Okay, and we're going to have our half rounds following. And the half rounds, we're going to work on creating a little wall or cocoon or some kind of way of keeping the stone in place. Now see, we're building a little nest for our cabochon. And from here, I like to go ahead and take the wire and just direct it through. Now don't pull too tight, because otherwise you're going to pull your nice little bubble or nest that you've made for the cabochon. But I'm just pulling it through for the moment. that side, that side, just so that there's some kind of resistance there. Open that up, and now we have a nice little spot for our stone to sit. At which point you can pick up your stone and put it in there. You can do it with your hands. Sometimes I do it with my pliers, whatever's easier. With the smaller ones, I try to use my pliers. Sometimes it sits it in there nicely. Sometimes. Now this is the part that I mean is fiddly, so take your time. Take a deep breath. You'll get it in there eventually. I'm going to bring this side up a little bit just so it holds it in nice and tight. Okay, so we got it in our little nest. It's holding it there. Of course, it's not perfect, but we can adjust. From here, I'm just going to go ahead and pull a little bit on there, so that way it makes sure that it's secure around the sides of the cabochon. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the 21 gauge wire and just pulling slightly. You don't want to work it too much because you'll end up snapping the wire, but just enough to pull it tight so that way that stone is not going anywhere. There. Just like that. And from here, we can go ahead and continue wrapping that around the stone. So I just wrap a couple times. Technically, it's a couple times. So you wrap around once and then just make sure there's one time. And then from here, well, I'll go ahead and do it on the other side too, just so it's even. Get to this point. Scoot that up a little bit. And what I'm going to want to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and trim the 21 gauge wire pretty short here. I'll show you. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little burr there and I'm going to tuck it up under the cabochon if I can. Like that. So that way when we bring our 18 gauge wire around, it's not going to stick out and scratch people. Do the same on the other side. Like so. Okay, and then from here we can go ahead and complete the ring by bringing around our 18 gauge wire on either side. And from here you can use your pliers a little bit and just kind of help tighten everything up. Uh-oh. Don't want that coming loose. All right, there we go. And it might adjust the 21 gauge wire half round when you're adjusting this, so just keep an eye on it. Sorry guys, if I take this off the screen, I can't see when it's under the camera very well. And this is a very dainty ring. There we go. So once you kind of get it to this spot, we can go ahead and bring that 18 gauge wire around also. So we've gone under the band and around through the top. Going to do the same on the other side. Sorry guys. And always wear safety glasses, or if you have glasses, I guess you're all good to go like me, but I don't know how many times these glasses have protected my eyes. And just tuck in that wire. And we're going to be tucking it under itself. So, as you can see, so you can adjust it until it's nice and tucked under there. Same on the other side. All right. And there you have it, a dainty ring. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this tutorial is really helpful. Feel free to leave comments below. I love seeing them. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm trying to have new tutorials out every month. And be sure to like this video and hit the notification bell when you want to see new tutorials come up. So I wish you guys a good day and some fun with this ring. See you later.